losing my goddamn mind,
The
dude.
worms I've been implanting in your water supply have been taking hold.
Are taking hold. Welcome
So what
to,
did you want to talk about?
welcome to news from. Oh,
Welcome to Morning Good.
Well, I'll get one for you for the soundboard. Oh,
okay. So
you can use that.
we're gonna use
That's
that.
free.
You know
That
what'd be
one's
cool
free.
is if I had like a looper pedal.
Yeah.
So we could say something and I could just keep looping it over and over.
Just the same thing that we say over and over again.
Yeah, 'cause
that'd be
that-
really cool. I don't think
it
we're
would
annoying
stretch.
enough already.
It would
I don't think our sound
stretch.
effect quality and the drops are annoying yet.
Listen, the universe is trying to take out news from bed right now. It seems pretty obvious.
Our enemies who have Christ on their side are trying to come for us.
Yeah.
It's all right. We used the devil to make their video not work on their last episode.
Yeah, is that what happened?
Yeah, I prayed to the devil. I drew a pentagram on a bed.
How do you pray to the dead? Do you just like look down at your...
Yeah, instead of putting them together, you put them up and you face down.
Yeah.
You actually go down. That's what the guys at Mecca are doing. That's why Muslims.
Do you have a lot of pairs of shoes?
No, I limit my shoe supply.
Because I realize like some people have a ton of shoes. And the reason they have so many shoes is because they hope that a lady will like look down at their feet and then fuck them.
Well, that's everything.
Isn't that literally everything?
Everything is about that.
Is you hope the glance of a maiden falls upon whatever it is that you
Oh, wow.
equipped.
He had an extra $200 one day. Maybe he'll have an extra $200 for me one day.
And then later on, it's just you in the bedroom going, oh.
Oh.
Maybe I should get that in the background so it'll be like, oh.
Yeah. And it's like really loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't wait to see that on the old visual side of the podcast.
Is this thing on? Welcome to News from Bed, ladies and
Welcome
gentlemen.
to
Thanks for
News from
coming out.
Bed.
Thanks for tuning in.
I'm a little under the weather, which I guess everyone is.
Patty, you're always under the weather. The weather's in the sky.
That's what I was. You were ahead of me on that one. But we also had the audio. And this is not interesting at all to you guys because it has nothing to do with
Yeah, then don't talk about it.
the dirt between my toes.
We had a little bit of a rough time setting up the podcast today, and
it's been. You remember when the Shane Gillis thing happened, everyone, and like we've talked about issues. I realized the issue was that the driver that my audio interface uses is completely fucked. So I had to make like an account on this thing and talk to. You have to like fill out an account and then register and be like, "This is what I use. This is what I use it for." And if you're like an I just said I wasn't an influencer, even though like clearly I am.
I
You
feel
know,
pretty influenced.
I skipped that because there's all these questions they want to just
Are you
so
an
you can.
influencer? Are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol?
Right, and they want you to like
Are you fluent
put
in
your
English?
fluent in. Fluent
Are you in fluids right now? How many fluids of inches are you in right now?
Yeah, because if you were like soaking wet, they'd be like, "I know why your product doesn't work."
Because you're underwater, dude. Underwater, brother.
So it's been
Perhaps your equipment isn't working because it's submerged in liquid, dude.
it might be a time for an upgrade in equipment. Which
So
is
please subscribe to the Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. We just blew all our Patreon money paying for my car to get untowed.
That's right.
We got it fingered.
We
the
had
opposite of the toe.
a crazy weekend this past weekend.
Yeah.
We did the 11th ever late night live,
Yep.
and it was it
There
was a
were
success.
casualties. It was not without cost.
We didn't come out unscathed.
That's all we got to really say in that retrospective thing. You know, when Thanos goes and has to get the soul stone, and it's a soul for a soul, you have to sacrifice something you love.
Right.
I sacrificed maybe 3 or 4 friendships to
Yeah.
make maybe I'd say like a 6.5 out of 10 late night live.
yeah.
So I got to
Which is
sacrifice
pretty
a lot
good.
more friendships. I think if I can cut the fat out of my life and my social life every time, if it makes me more successful, that's a cost I'm willing to make. I'm willing to make
Exactly.
that trade. I don't really mind. Yeah, so Thursday Late Night Live is a process. You know, you got to write stuff. You got to build it out. You got to build out the visuals and the PowerPoint. If you don't know, Patty and I run a late night talk show that's live. So you come out and you can experience
Hence Late Night Live.
Yeah, I think the name is pretty indicative. But sometimes people are like, oh, what is it, bro? I don't know, man. It's called Late Night Live.
Yeah, so just...
And you're
just
looking at a
show up.
photo of it. Someone swiped up my story. What is this? I don't know, man.
Show up.
Yeah, I also
How about
don't
you show up?
It doesn't matter if that specific guy knows what it is or what it isn't.
No,
but I think
run them through your Thursday, because this was, people don't understand the hoops you jump through to just without any distractions to get through one of these
I'm trying to
events.
sort all in my head still. I guess Thursday, John and Kiwi were going to arrive Friday, so we had John. My buddy John, who's appeared on the pod before, came down from Jacksonville.
Yep.
On Friday.
He even did a little cameo last week as Bill Ding.
And if you caught that cameo, comment down below and you'll get 20% off our new merch. And that'll be announced at the end of the show.
That's right.
Let's just say it's used socks.
Bill, what did you think of that cameo? Was it nice?
Maybe.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for that. But I think Thursday, I mean, I was working, had some outline stuff ready to go for Late Night Live.
But let's look at this schedule, because you woke up at what, 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah, I work at 3 a.m. I work 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. 5 days a week. So at Thursday, I woke up at 2 a.m., got my shoes on, and went over. Wednesday, the night before, I had trivia. So that's always a rough Wednesday into Thursday, because I get home at 9:30, and I'm in bed by about 10:30. And of course, I have to be on my phone till about 11:30.
Right.
So I got like 3 hours of sleep. Woke up Thursday, went to work, came home, did some. I think I tried to take a nap. Then I came over, worked with Patty on Late Night Live a little bit.
We filmed News from Bed.
Oh
also.
shit! We did all News from Bed. I forgot about that. We did regular News from Bed last week, and then after that, we worked on Late Night Live. Wrote out some of the bits. Late Night Live is basically monologue. Patty comes up, we do news jokes, then bring on the panel of guests, and then there's like 3 games with little interstitials while a live band is there the whole time. That's basically the skeleton of what the show is. It's very weird. Sometimes things don't go well, but I actually revel in that. I like making people I know uncomfortable and inviting people to sacrifice their afternoon and evening to help me in that endeavor.
Right.
But so Thursday, then I had a show at 8 over at Sunshine Comedy Club. So I like ran over and did that for 5 people, which was awesome. Loved doing that. Then I came back. Instead of coming back to Patty's, I went and hung out with the band for their band rehearsal.
Right.
So my show, I got out by like 9:30. I got over to the band by like 10. I hung out with them till about 11:30. They were all set and ready to go. Drove back over here to Patty's. We hung out, finished out some of Late Night Live, mostly just played Donkey Kong on the Switch.
That's right.
Then I'm like,
we had it was a nice hang, because we were
fun.
like, all right, everything is together for this show. Like, there was like maybe 5% of the work left to do, and it was a very kind of simple part of the show. So we're like, we're ready to go. We went through a trip down memory lane where we looked up all of the old Late Night Lives.
like lineups. We tried to like remember each one. We realized there's like 2 or 3 we just blocked out of our memory. Of
Yeah, we had no recollection of Eve Ellenbogen ever
being on the show.
Ever being on the show.
And she's a big deal because she was mentioned in passing on Joe Rogan. So
that's right. So now
Joe talked over it.
We're officially tied to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, someone who was a guest on a show that we forgot was on our show was mentioned on Jogue. But I think the thing was, I'm like, Patty, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to bed. I was off the next day. I was going to sleep in. It's like 2:30. So I'm like, let me go to bed. I'll wake up, finish the work. I had all my equipment already set up. I go outside to the parking lot, and my car is gone. My car was gone. And when your car's gone, you have 2 thoughts. First thought is, somebody stole my car.
Right.
And your second thought is, somebody towed my car. And if you don't know what towing is, that's government-sanctioned theft.
Right.
So much like taxation. So I was like, all right, I'm very upset, but I kept my cool pretty well, and I'm not really a guy who's known for keeping his cool.
No, you're not.
I think that means I've changed.
I was thoroughly impressed. I think also me being there, you knew if like you freaked out, I would have just ran and hid in the bed.
Yeah.
Because that's my typical reaction.
His teeth chattering.
Yeah, I'm like a hermit. I want to get into that
Yeah, you're
bed.
like Herman Cain. You would have just died of a heart attack.
Like a black
COVID.
guy.
Died like a black guy. He died like a dog, like a black guy in the street. Trump said that about Herman Cain instead of
We didn't ask you, Bill.
What was the guy who you know what? Unfortunately, I can't remember the name of the guy that Trump killed in his first term in Iran, because now I just for some reason in my head I think his name is Zohran Mamdani, which is the guy who's going to be mayor of New York. But like I don't remember what the guy's name was, but anyway, he died like a dog. Remember the president of the United States said he died like a dog.
Yeah. It wasn't Gaddafi, right? Gaddafi
Gaddafi was the leader of Libya that was propped up by us, and then we made him into a fake enemy, and then tortured the American people with threats of crazy Libya, even though we put him in there.
It's crazy someone could be an enemy just by being like, you know how people are named Omar?
Yeah.
This guy put an M in front of his name.
Omar.
We're like, fuck that Arab piece of We're censoring for the children. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah, don't censor fuck that Arab. Censor shit.
I don't know if you saw it, but like YouTube, I guess, is like really cracking down on people being under 18 and everyone's like upset about it. I'm like, guys, stop being a pedophile. Everyone wants this NSFW video game thing. Like, I guess Visa's cracking down. They don't want you to buy video games that are porn, like Furry Hitler, which I've talked about, which I played to completion. And when I say completion, I mean
the game.
I mean every form of completion.
Furry Hitler. What kind of animal is Hitler? He's a dog. He died in a bunker.
Like a little fox, he wore his tail.
He was a fox with a mustache, and we killed him. He died like a dog. Like Herman Cain, the Godfather pizza founder, died in a piece of pepperoni in the street like a dog. Black guy.
So James gets his car towed.
So I'm like, so it was towed. It was not stolen. I have a car of the future.
Luckily, yeah.
Black guys can't steal it. No matter how much Godfather pizza they push into the ignition, it won't be stolen.
You also thankfully had the app. Which
I have an app for my car, so I'm able to make sure that it has a turret on it that shoots anyone with a skin tone I find to be inappropriate.
Right.
For proper culture. So I just do Asians, Native Americans, the classics, and no. So basically, the app just tells me the location, and I look at my location. My car is 25 minutes away. James. Why'd you tow my car 17 miles north?
In a tow lot, because if you didn't have this app,
I call those shoes. Tow lots? I call them shoes.
There's no thing in my complex here that indicates where your car would be towed, why it would be towed.
Your car is going to be towed. Like, that's always it, though. Like, your car gets towed, and I'm always like, how do you know? Now I know because I have an app. So I was like, I looked at the app, which showed me the location of the car. I turn on the car. I turn it on, and I put the music really loud, and I just start playing Hitler speeches really loud.
Right.
And like Spanish music. No, so basically, I see where the car is. And, there was back and forth and shit where basically neither me and Patty, just for some reason, both of our phones had bad service.
Yeah, there was no service.
So I called the tow lot. They're like, yeah, it's going to take an hour to get someone out there, even though they just put it there. And so basically the car lot is not always monitored. It's just a lot with a gate and a shack in it where they just put the cars, and you have to have someone come out and open it up for you. So
so me and James Ubered out there 3 a.m, 3:15. We call that we can see where we need to go. We call them and they're like, yeah, it's going to take an hour. You need this, this, and this. James realizes he had just gotten a brand new registration that was not in the car. So
one of those things where you 2 days earlier, I look at the registration and I go, oh, I'll put that in the car later.
Right. There's no need. Nobody ever checks.
And then it's well, you need your registration. So then we Uber back to my apartment. I'm looking for the registration. By a stroke of luck, I just find it in a little box that I hid behind my washing machine. I just my old one. What happened was I had to get a new one, so I had the thing that was like to get the new one in my car, and the old one was not in my car. Anyway, we Uber back there. I drop a cool $460 to get my car back from a lady that
Crazy.
wanted to throat my cock and balls.
She did.
She was like on the phone. She was like, I don't know, I feel bad because they're very nice. And I'm like, oh yeah, this lady only interacts with the worst people at their worst moment.
Yeah, Carrie, I think her name was.
Yeah, we didn't have to say her name.
Okay.
She's not a fan.
I mean, is her name. It
her
was
name was a
Carrie.
slur.
It was Carrie.
So yeah, she was like a nice lady, and she got the car back, and then it was like 5 a.m. And you know what happens at 5 a.m. is my girlfriend has to go to work. So I'm like, Patty, before I take you home, unfortunately, I have to take my girlfriend to her job.
That was a fun kind of
Because by the time I had been awake since 2 a.m. the previous day.
Yeah. And we were like kind of going loopy at that point. We debated
So I've been awake
going
for 27 hours.
Yeah.
And so me and Patty are waiting for my girlfriend to come out of my apartment. We're just like listening to Prince and we're dancing, just cracking up at the fact that like we're about to bring back Late Night Live. I just had already a busy ass, crazy running around ass evening. And then my car gets towed. So it's just like, fuck it. I had a case of the Thursday night fuck it's.
Yeah.
And so we drop my girlfriend off. I take Patty home. It's about 5:30 a.m. at that point. So I crash, I go to bed, and then that was just a nightmare night. And then we have to go. John shows up.
John came. We had to get Kiwi.
Kiwi's like, I came from South Florida with 17 variations of bread.
Yeah, Kiwi shows up with about probably 2 pounds of bread, which is a lot in bread.
Yeah.
He's like handing it out.
Substance.
Yeah, and it's heavy bread. It's like he always has these weird foods.
This one has raisins and salmon in it.
But they were both staying with me, so now like this idea of anyone's car can get towed apparently at any time is in the back of my mind. So we end up finishing up the Late Night Live.
Yeah, I slept till like noon, and then like John just shows up at Patty's. I'm like, I'm gonna get there like at 3.
Yeah.
You guys will have to bond because I just need to like finish the Late Night Live shit. So basically, like, there's just so like when you're doing a show and you want to do it well and you actually put effort into doing, not like these retards who do like a stand-up show in a bar and they set up a microphone and then like nobody shows up and they're like, why didn't anyone show up? I did 0 promotion. So
right.
Why could that happen? That's not what happened Late Night Live. We had about 25 to 30 people show up, which was perfect because they were so thrilled to have that many people at that venue that they asked us to come back before they even saw what the show was.
Yeah, we had another date while we're like still setting up for the show, which is also a little like it makes me a little nervous because it's like, oh, it can only get worse from here.
For sure.
You know, like they can easily see it and be like, actually, you know what? I realized that the Bee Gees are in town that night.
Yeah,
and we're gonna have them instead. So
basically we go get Kiwi from the train station on the way back from the train station in Tampa because Kiwi takes trains. He only takes like ancient types of technology transportation. He's like, yeah, guys, I'm coming over in a gyroscope. You guys mind if I show up to Late Night Live? And
I'm riding a model of the Hindenburg.
Yeah, I have a farthing bicycle, penny farthing bicycle. I'm gonna show up to the show and with one big wheel. Can someone give me a boost? So anyway, we like get Kiwi back here. They're getting changed. I go home to get my girlfriend. Then like you guys drive to the show. Me and my girlfriend drive to the show. We show up to the bar. Like my friends are fighting outside, which was awesome. Then like the rest of my friends are inside being like, hey, those other two are like ruining our evening, which is super cool. Really great quality in Friends is that you just fight every time you're invited out. It really bodes well to get you invited out multiple times.
Yeah. It's a cool thing that people in their 30s want to deal with.
Yeah, they want to deal with fighting couples. That's really cool. Just arguing at every social engagement. And so, you know, I don't know. They're like, that's what happens when you have a lesbian couple. It's 2 women. One person just like in a couple that's like a man and a woman. The man eventually just goes, I don't want to.
You know what?
Anymore.
You're right.
You're right.
Here's a bagel.
Let's. One of us has to be considerate of everyone else. So let's just have a nice evening.
Have a lip gloss.
Here's a lip gloss. Here's a bagel. I put the lip gloss in the hole of the bagel so you can eat and do your beauty at the same time. But no, when you have 2 women in a relationship, there's no end. It's
especially
like an Ouroboros, just
synced up.
constantly
Yeah,
synced up.
synced
Their
up.
periods are synced up.
Oh my
They're
God.
constantly fighting, and nobody
Dueling
concedes.
dragons.
Yeah, what is this? A defunct ride from Islands of Adventure? Or is it a lesbian couple that should have broken up 6 months ago?
Yeah.
So basically, they're like ruining all my friends' evenings. So I'm like, I can't really focus on that. There's a show next door. We're hanging out at the bar. We're waiting for the show to start. Just sucking back cigarettes outside. My girlfriend's mad that I'm smoking cigarettes, but I'm taunting her in the window like. I like doing that. You know how you smoke a cigarette and or suck a small dwarf's penis.
Yeah, that's. I've heard they have big penises.
Not the people, like a mystical creature.
Oh, okay.
Not the human.
Isn't it funny to think that, like, if you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, every one of those dwarves has a penis? Like, that really goes for any movie. Like, if you watch a movie, like, if I'm watching Marvels with Blake Lively, no. Breonna Taylor, Brie Larson,
Not Breonna Taylor.
Yeah, not Breonna.
Shot by police.
Yeah.
And then,
I didn't forget. Hashtag didn't forget. But you watch that and you're like, she's got a hot set of ovaries under that super suit.
yeah, they're pulsating.
You never think about
A
that.
super period. They should do a Marvel movie where it's like Avengers, but instead of a big bad guy, the thing is all the women superheroes sync up at the same time.
Yeah.
And then you just have to deal with just like tedious little like bullshit arguments at Avengers headquarters.
Yeah.
Why is that? Who ate my Oreos?
Why is he green? Yeah, I don't know.
Flew out of my mouth.
But anyway, yeah, we do the show.
So
the
we show up to Late Night Live. It was like hot. The band's setting up. They're like, love to the band. They're like, yeah, when should we get started? I'm like, well, the show starts at 10 and it's 10:07. So you should start 7
right
minutes
now.
So the show starts. Show's fine. I don't know. Anything notable from the show?
No, I mean, I apparently I walked people. I didn't see
That's
it
not
happen.
true. That's not true.
That
They
couldn't have
should-
been
No,
true.
they shouldn't have said that to you because you didn't walk people. What happened was there was a show before and some of the folks hung out after and they just happened to leave when Patty said the word Palestine.
Right.
Which is like, if you're walking because we're mentioning Palestine, not like Patty just said Palestine and they walk out, hey, it's a place. He didn't go like, yeah, those people that should be a parking lot.
I'm pretty
He
sure.
didn't even
Yeah,
say-
I'm
he
pretty
didn't
sure
say,
my
like,
exact words were, "I read the news."
Palestine.
That's what I said.
That's what Patty said. And then
Which
people
is
like,
in the news.
Hey, Patty walked two people. Because I think people think like for some reason like a comic like wants to hear that people like, hey man, you're pretty edgy. Like, no, I'm not like a 14-year-old on like 4chan, idiot. Like,
Yeah.
I want to like entertain a crowd of people. You didn't walk anyone. People who were hanging out at the show before were just leaving as our show was getting started. So
Right.
about 15 minutes in, that's when we got on stage. So you didn't walk anyone.
Well,
If
that's
you
good to
did,
know.
we got you money. So I don't really care.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for
fine.
the money. So then, Late Night Live happens. The band was good. We did stuff. John and Kiwi got on stage. That
They
was
were
fun.
great. Shout out to them. They both brought
They
it.
killed it. They were
really
great.
brought it.
Takeout did some stand up. He was great. And
He angered.
He angered
the same people,
the same
that,
people that
were
were fighting before, which seems like maybe you have your own issues and you're projecting it onto a stand-up comedian.
onto a comedian with a mustache, in the words of the doctor from Family Guy. You know that scene?
No.
It's like in the episode where they all go to that mansion and James Woods dies or whatever. And Meg and the doctor fall down a chute, and Meg comes out and she's like, I went into a secret passage. And then the doctor comes, he goes, I did the same thing, but with a mustache.
I love Family Guy. I want to watch that new Naked Gun because I think Seth MacFarlane is the one who's
Yeah,
fronting
he's
that.
Yeah, yep, yeah, that'll be great.
But anyway, Late
yeah.
Night Live ends. The shitty lesbian couple was like, we're going to go to the worst bar in Tampa in the middle of like the worst time on a Friday night so nobody can find parking. I know you had a weird time parking, right?
Yeah, we found this lot with a guy who he might have survived 3 different world wars. He was just one of those like veteran guys in a vest, and we're like in the parking lot, and he's like, "You gotta go, keep going forward," and we're like on a car. So I was like, John, don't move forward. I get out of the car. I look. John is leaning against the car in front of us, his car. So it's like, yeah, we can't go any forward. I also looked. We were perfectly in a normal spot, but it was just a whole funny thing. And then, like, we couldn't find the app to put. Everything is a fucking app, and nobody exists anymore. It's like the internet theory where there's like 5 people on the internet. It's like there's 5 humans on the internet.
Yeah.
Like or helping you out. Nobody's even a real guy.
Yeah, so anyway, we go to this bar. We're like in line, and it's like we're not in line to get into the bar because he's like checking IDs. We're in line because he's waiting for people to leave before he lets anyone else in. And
Right.
I'm not like waiting to be like
For 13 people to leave. Like, we had a huge crew.
Yeah, so then we just went to a different bar and ended up having a more fun time and didn't meet up with the nightmare friend group that was hanging out there.
Right.
So anyway, we
did get thrown
we
out
did
of
get
that
thrown
bar.
out of our bar too.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends was dancing and she fell and hit her head really loud
On a brick like pillar.
Yeah. And she was like, ah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, I forgot. She's like, I forgot it all. Nah, she talks, but
And they were like, y'all need to leave.
y'all need to leave now.
Y'all need to get out of here.
And we were like, great, it's a perfect time to leave. I'm covered in sweat.
Yeah, it was a sweaty one. It was a really fun night,
That
though.
was fun though. Kiwi got like a shot at the bar
For showing his nipples. That's right. Which we have photographic evidence of.
Yeah, and then we had just kind of a fun weekend after that because the next day was Saturday. What did we do Saturday? Like I think I worked. I didn't work. I took that day off. So we
we went for a little walk to the pier, and then
that was Saturday. We did that.
Was it Saturday? Yeah, that was Saturday.
Yeah, we were just a couple of bad dudes walking on the pier.
Walking on the pier, getting a little sweaty. Then we like got dinner somewhere. Was it the Berg? Did we go to the Berg that day, or was
we
that
went to
lunch?
the Berg and then we went to the pier. And Patty the whole time was just nervous about parking. He was like,
My whole life has changed now.
he was like, we got to get back because of the parking.
Yeah,
What if there's no spots?
yeah, because this is the last thing on Friday night, the night of the show. You guys left and went home at about 2:30.
Oh yeah.
We got back here around 3 a.m. because we stopped at a Wawa, and when we got back, there was 0 visitor parking left. So I was literally 24 hours prior. You got hit with $470 whatever dollars it was for the towing thing. And John's car, I'm like,
Shout out to News from Bed Patreon. Please subscribe.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys
We call it
helped.
the Tow Fund now.
You helped fund it. That's not a bad name. TOE.
I know what I did.
You guys I didn't want John to go through the same McGill. Is that a word?
No.
That you did.
Magilla.
So I told
Magilla
John.
Gorilla?
Yeah, same McGilla.
McGilla's not a thing though.
Oh,
Look it
it's
up.
not.
Magilla.
I'm not going to type anything. I don't trust it.
Okay.
Everything's about to explode, so like I'm just on edge. But we get back to my place, no visitor parking. So I told John, I was like, "You guys go inside, John. If you don't mind, I'll take your car and look for a spot."
Your shitty, ugly car, which I
Right.
don't mind saying because I always tell Johnny it's the ugliest car. Every time I see John's car, I remember this giant fat guy we went to college with, and somehow he would fit in John's car, I guess, with like butter and like broomsticks.
What's your great big fat person?
Oh wait, was John driving a great big fat person?
But anyway, so I'm perusing the entire complex. There's like
Just hounding for puss.
just hounding for puss, and by puss I mean just a parking spot that says visitor on it. There's nothing. So I drive over to Publix. I'm like, whatever. I'll walk 20 minutes back to the apartment. Doesn't matter. I see signs at Publix that said,
if you park here and you don't have a chicken tender in your dash,
you'll get
you're
towed.
getting towed.
So I drove back to the complex. I saw at the security desk there was a phone number to call for security assistance. I called
it
that
just
number.
connects immediately to a Popeye's chicken.
And they're like, what do you want? A number
What you
2?
want? A biscuit? A brisket?
And they said, we're going to send a security guy out to talk to you, whatever. Can they reach you at this number? I'm like, sure. So now I'm just sitting outside in the parking lot eating my Wawa because I didn't even get to go inside yet.
On the stoop.
And
Weeping.
about 20 minutes later, so it's probably 3:30 in the morning, a guy calls me from the complex here at Reserve at Lake Point, and he is fucking hammered. He was so drunk he couldn't like get through his words. He couldn't understand what I was telling him.
Hey, what's going on?
He's like, "Hey, so what's going on?" And I was like, "Yeah, there's no visitor parking left. My friend just got towed last night. What do I do?" And he said, "Yeah, man, that sucks, man. It really sucks." I was like, "Yeah, it does suck, but like, there's got to like, is there anywhere nearby I can park?" And he's like, "Nah, man." So I'm like, "All right, so what the fuck do I do? Do I just wait until I get towed?" Like, and
It's
then
just not fair.
there's
'cause
zero solution.
It's because your apartment complex doesn't like have any sort of like backbone or like any sort of systems in
Zero.
place. So there's no way to make sure that everyone who lives here with a car has a parking pass. So the visitor parking is just for the bums that live here, and they go, "Well, I'll just park in the visitor every day."
Yeah.
Even though there's 3 of them in the entire 15 million unit apartment complex.
yeah.
There's like, it's like, that's what happens. It's just you show up and it's like people who live here who are bums who don't want to get the parking pass just park like they're visitors.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not really an effective process. So I don't know. And I've never been towed before. That's the problem, is that I had parked in spaces before I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
But there, I mean, I don't know if you got like an email or something that they were going to do that, but it was like, there's no like, hey, if you do this again, we have your license, we're going to tow your car. They just towed my car.
They just towed it.
Because when I parked where I parked, there was no visitor parking. I will park in the visitor when I can. But if there isn't a visitor parking and it's 2:30 in the morning, I should be able to just park wherever, because it's just like there's plenty of other kinds of parking spots.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I told the guy, I was like, "You realize there's like 30 parking spots for visitors in this entire lot?" And he goes, "There's more than 30. I was like, I started laughing. I was like, "All right, man." So I gave him like 3 different possible solutions for this problem. None of them he could even understand what I was talking
He's
about.
like, you could blow up your car and then the car's not a problem anymore, so then you just claim insurance. And then you get a new car and we can't tow the wreckage.
So I was on the phone with this guy for about 20 minutes. Finally, he's like, "All right, I'm going to tell you what. Here's a little secret." He said,
I have a gun.
"I have a gun. If you point it at the guy at the
tow
security,
truck.
yeah, he ain't going
He
to
ain't going to tow your car.
He said, "If you park in front of the leasing office, it'll be fine, but you have to move the car by 8:30 in the morning." I checked my phone. It was 4 a.m. So I go and park. I set an alarm for 4 hours later, which, by the way, it's like probably a third of a mile walk to this leasing office. It's not exactly close. I woke up in the morning, moved the car to a visitor spot because, oh yeah, all of the visitors that were staying overnight had to go to work in the morning. Because, yeah, like you said, none of them are real visitors. They're people that just occupy these spaces every day. So, moral of the story with my whole thing is there will come a time in late October, early November, where there might not be a few episodes of News from Bed. The reason is I will be finding a new apartment where I need to set everything up again. This is a constant theme on News from Bed, if you've been following the show, is that nothing is good anymore in life. Everything sucks. You're never going to win. You're never going to be happy with where you are. Even if you have a house, something will happen to it where it'll explode or get filled with bugs or whatever. Or you'll have to buy like a new water heater, in which case you won't be able to afford an audio interface that you need to just record a sound and have a driver that updates for no reason and renders it
I was
useless.
about to disagree with you, but in part you're right. Like, you'll produce a show, you'll get your car towed, you'll overcome adversity to make it happen, and then 2 lesbians ruin the vibe of the evening.
Because lesbians are ruining the world.
I don't know. I think it's very interesting, but you might be right. But like, that's kind of the nature of life. I mean, you come to a new land from Europe, and you come over here only to be told that you have to go like live like in a ditch somewhere in like Utah. Like, oh, you got to go west. You're going to lose 3 of your kids and 2 of your wives along the way to the natives, but you going to go out there, you're going to make a plantation, and you can grow some beans if you'd like.
Yeah, that's the future of News from Bed. We're growing beans. So
Oregon Trail. Now,
get ready
on
for
a bed.
that.
We can do the podcast while you're moving.
But it's even like I
we'll
watch.
do it. I'll put the bed in the moving truck, and we'll do it in the moving truck.
I watch like a lot of these shows about buying property and like where you want to move and set up shop, because ultimately that's the American dream, right? You get a place in the middle of nowhere, you live in it, you and your wife hate each other, and eventually the dog gets sick and you're like, well, I only like the dog anyway. I'm just going to slip it back into the barn and
did you get, like,
accidentally
red pill?
fire my shotgun and miss the cattle I was supposed to slaughter and
fire it
blow
in
my
my head?
brains out. And that's life. And that's a beautiful thing we don't have anymore. Because we're going to, everywhere you go, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa.
It's all an app now.
It's all
Don't
technology.
you understand? If you want to kill yourself, you got to join a queue. And you got to submit a ticket to kill yourself now in America. Elon Musk said no.
It is true. We're all going to have Neuralink. We're going to have to submit something to
Patty.
be like, I don't want to be a
Calling
part of
Patty.
this.
Calling Daddy. No.
No.
No, Patty. Calling Patty Daddy.
James?
James? My dad? How did the Neuralink find my father? What's his phone number? What's his face look like? I don't know. He left when I was a child.
Oh, Neuralink
Thank you,
subscription.
Neuralink.
Didn't
That's the
pay me.
commercial. Super Bowl. Calling Patty. Calling Daddy. Wait, no. No. We used your genetic code to find your father. We called him. He's very old.
And he sucks shit.
He's a huge piece of shit.
Thank you, Elon
Reed would
Musk.
always be like, let's go beat the shit out of your dad.
Yes.
It's like, Reed, I'm not going to meet my dad for the first time. And,
And
you're
just
going
beat
You're going to be
him
like,
up.
hey, I'm his friend.
Yeah.
Here to kick your ass. I have a motorcycle.
Yeah, so
Everything
that's,
sucks and no
everything
one's happy.
sucks.
But you know what, motherfuckers? We're still doing it.
That's right.
The thing. I'm not defeated anymore. I lived in New York City for 5 years. Every year my life got worse. Demonstrably so. It wasn't like I'm not some fucking tattoo up my asshole fucking pixie cut bitch moving there to write poems in a clip book, okay? I was moving up there to be a goddamn stand-up comedian, and I had enemies who are still like mad at me for some
Still
reason.
commenting on
Kiwi's
stories.
Instagram post calling us bad dudes. Hey, Dean David,
Get
fuck
over
you.
it.
Get over it, dude. It's been 3 years, man. You gotta move on.
You gotta move on.
You just keep. Anyway,
I don't know why you're mad at us.
why are you mad at us? We don't
It
even
makes
live in the same state anymore.
no
but that's why I
sense.
moved to New York.
See a therapist.
I was like gonna go. Oh, let me go. I'm gonna move to New York, and I was like, one day I'll be a great comedian. You know what I got? $20,000 of debt. Not really that much, but like I was exaggerating. I don't want people to think I'm like completely like delusional. I lived in horrible apartments. I lost my closest friends. I almost lost my relationship. My career only got down every single year. I made less money every year. I had to move to Coney Island underneath the fucking cyclone wooden roller coaster like Woody Allen and Annie Hall. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get out of this state. Moved to Florida. I moved to Florida. There's no jobs. I'm going to go work for a radio station. Guess what? You laid off. Now I worked at a taco restaurant. Guess what?
you
You
suck.
Your boss hates you. He's got long white hair and drives a scooter around, and he's told your coworkers
And he's
you have a
considered
bad work
cool.
ethic.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
cool. Hey, Kyle, where's your daughter?
Also, you moved. You moved
That's
to
just
Florida.
personal.
You jump into a comedy scene. You realize everyone who's running the comedy scene is a fucking rapist.
They're rapists.
And the people who want you to do shows, rapists. The people who come to my bar,
Rapists.
Everybody is awful.
Everyone's raping. And then you're just trying to do comedy. And you know what? You have an ounce of a flake of decency in your soul to ask for consent before you have sex with people. Or you just want to make sure that you're having a nice time. You're trying to set things up for yourself. Oh, we'll do a little podcast. You're getting raped online by drivers. Then you want to do comedy shows. Then you know what else is happening? Oh, you run some cool comedy shows with your friend Cody who makes pizzas. Now the pizza's raping people. No, it's basically
No,
you want to
then
run
people-
cool shows, and they're like, oh, I see James is doing a cool show.
Let me
just do that also.
The same thing with only having done comedy for about 6 months. Let me get an article written about myself for being a photographer, even though I've never even taken a picture that's not blurry. Let me get an article written about myself about being a comedian, even though I don't even know what a punchline is. Let me go online and post a video of myself doing comedy asking for feedback, and everyone says I'm great because I'm a lady with sweet cans. This is a fucked up world we live in. Art is dead, everything is dead, and there's nothing to look forward to.
And then, after all that, they'll still tow your car! Life will fuck you in the ass, and then the government will take your car, and then you gotta pay $500 to get it back. And that's what life is, dude. And then Patty's sick, and then I was sick, and then John was here sleeping on a couch. And that's life, dude. Sometimes life is you're sick, your car's missing, and your buddy's just sleeping.
That's right.
And Kiwi had too much bread, and he poops 11 times a day.
In the middle of the
night. And he's our only loyal fan, and we love him so much. That's why he's framed on the wall. And, then someone like you pay a photographer $150. A guy says he's going to run a show with you and split the money and never gives you the money.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, oh, Late Night Live's pretty cool. And then Kiwi wants to go do a show in Tampa. And then he go do a show in Tampa. And the guy Ed from last podcast on the left is doing a set. And he's pretty successful. And you do really well in front of him. And then you're like, Kiwi's like, I'm going to go do another show. So Kiwi goes and does the other show. And you say you're not going to drive him because you want to try and talk to the cool guy who just saw you do well. And then that guy goes, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. And then he leaves before you get to talk to him, which is fine because he's got like a life and he's successful because he's like 40. And everyone who's 40 in entertainment were like the last fucking people who left Germany before the Holocaust happened.
Yeah.
They like saw the writing on the wall and they're like, oh, okay, so we can still do stuff and build a career. While the rest of us are in fucking Auschwitz of entertainment, fucking picking scraps off of like fucking fellow people's bodies trying to stay together here. That's life, dude. That's life. He left, and then I'm like hanging out after the show, and there's like a black lady who like rolled her eyes at me because I introduced myself to her, and then like you say something, and then people are laughing at you.
Oh, I actually had something pretty funny happen that I forgot to tell you
What
about.
happened?
First of all, here's another great thing about my apartment complex. They started locking every single gate of egress after 5 p.m. So if I want to leave my apartment, I have to ride my bike all the way to the front of the property and then all the way back out. So anyway, I realized that it was locked. So I go, and I was just going to Dollar General to get like toilet paper. On my way back,
So you're riding your bike with a dirty ass.
dirty ass. On my way back,
Flies and stink fumes in the like ribbons off the back of your bike.
right, I'm riding it back, and I have my headphones in, and every once in a while, I look behind me to see if there's a car, and then I get out of the way. Anyway, I'm riding maybe 10 seconds before I looked back. I get, all of a sudden, there's this person honking at me, laying on the horn. So I look back, she's on my ass, literally on my ass in a car. So I pull over to the side, big smile on my face, wave to her, go, I'm sorry. And she just goes, fuck you, fucking fuck you, and drives past me. I immediately speed up on my bike, catch up with her. She parks the car. I pull up with a smile. I go, hey, I'm so sorry about that. And she just stares right back at me. And she looked like an older version of Kendra.
My girlfriend.
Didn't say anything to me. Just stops in her tracks, stares at me, and goes back in the apartment.
You should have said, now I know where you live.
Yeah, and I do know where you live, lady. And I'm going to try to have sex with her. That's what I decided.
Oh, interesting.
Because I think that's what she needs. And anyway, I pulled my bike to the
Why is
back.
she saying fuck you like that?
No idea.
This is what driving does to people too.
I
Like,
know,
people
dude.
just like completely dehumanize themselves from everyone around them. People drive like assholes. There's people like, I was like at the beach trying to drive home and this guy is like railing on his horn and he's like trying to get around me, but like it's one of those situations where it's like I can't go any faster. I'm like a car length behind the car in front of me.
Yeah.
You want
What
me
do
to
you
be
want?
on his ass because you want to be where he is.
I'm not going to play that game.
I'm not doing it. So he pulls around me. He's screaming out the window at me. He pulls in front of me, and he has an NRA sticker on the back. And that's what these people in Florida do. They love to have their NRA stickers everywhere to be like, I have a gun.
And
I'm
I'll
like,
kill you
I'm
with
like,
it.
hey,
Yeah.
buddy, I'll die.
Yeah,
I'll die.
do it. Fucking do it,
I'll
pussy.
die.
I will die. I've realized that about my bike because I'll lock my bike up and I always have a fantasy that someone's going to be like, give me your bike and point a gun at me. And I'm be like, shoot me. Just shoot me right now because I'm not giving you this bike.
It's my only way
It's
around
the
town.
only thing I have.
Yeah.
It's like if you came at me, give me news from bed, I'd say fucking kill me.
Kill me.
It's the only
Get
thing
out
I
of the
have.
bed. Two guys come in here with guns and take the podcast from us. Then they're just in the bed with like ski masks on, being like, "So I was raping a woman the other day."
So now, I'm bringing my bike around, and that guy that just sits out there, you know, the guy that just sits behind the fence,
Yeah, and smokes weed.
and raps. He's now my best friend in the neighborhood because I was like, yeah, that lady was mad at me, and he goes, yeah, she's a fucking bitch. He knew that he's like, she's a mean woman, and I like now we have like a rapport together.
Yeah.
It's funny how life does that. You know, someone who kind of annoys you, and you're like, why are they just hanging out there? Now is my favorite ally in this entire development.
Yeah, I'm like completely disillusioned with most things at this point. I can't get a job. I can't escape my 3 a.m. work right now.
And it's
so, like,
only going to get worse with AI.
I
That's
know.
what I've realized.
Actually,
too.
your job could be replaced by AI. My job can't because I make paninis. I'm 28 years old. Wait, hey James, I'm going to like a party with like my like 5th grade teacher's like wedding anniversary. She's like, how's it going? Oh, thanks for all the support and love and telling me I could be a creative person.
Yeah.
My life is ultimately paninis.
yeah.
James Donlin now with paninis. Okay, I don't care. I think my I've been like broken, and you know what I realized? Because remember when the car got towed and I was like calm?
Yes.
I think I've just changed because there was like, dude, I was in New York. I was that lady. I was in New York. I would have to drive my company car like to pick up. Like I worked for a radio station in New York. I made minimum wage. They never gave me like. I worked for them for 2 years. I would like ask them like, can I have full-time hours or just $1 raise? They'd be like, no, it's not in the budget. We got to spend all our money so Charlie Puth can have tacos when he wants them.
Right.
And so I would just be like furious driving around. And I'd be like screaming at people in New York on the street from the car, just like be like, let me in there, you fucking guap bitch. Like, I don't know, like making up like fake slurs about Italians. And like, you know, I remember like just something broke me when I had to move to Coney Island, and some strange aura came over me. And like, I remember there was just so many things that like fell apart, and like knowing that like my like closest friend in the world was like talking shit about me to like people. And then like, you know, like people I had done shows with like were like talking shit about me. And like, genuinely, Patty, I was not like a very like aggressive person, and like I was never like mean to people or like slighting people in stand up. I wasn't like taking people's opportunities. I was actually trying to like give people, anyway, I was trying to like do things and like help out like people that come to open mics that I see that want like I was like just trying to do my shows. And so anyway, like I remember there was a moment where I was walking with my buddy Jack on the street, and it was like a week before I moved, and we like went and got lunch like as a goodbye thing, and we were walking. I might have told this story, but I might have told you this story. And we're walking like in like the Lower East Side, and this like Amazon delivery driver in New York, they like pull like these big like big carts with all the boxes behind them because they can't just like drive and drop shit off. And this lady, we're like stopping to wait for the traffic to go, and it's like a red hand, and like the cars are still turning and stuff, and we're waiting. And this like young black girl comes up behind me and my friend Jack, and she goes, "Move out of my fucking way, you fucking stupid white people." That's literally what she said.
Yeah.
And Jack just starts like being like, "Oh, that's nice." Like he starts like going back at her, and I'm just like, I'm like, have a nice day. And he like looks at me and he goes, "You've changed." Because I used to be the one who would yell back at people all the time. Like I think Jack is the one who's coined this phrase where like like, "Oh, James, I've never seen someone get in more fights with fast food employees," which is not true, but I understand the sentiment, which is that I just don't accept like people's shitty attitudes all the time.
Yeah,
especially in New York, like everyone just has like a crap attitude.
Yeah, it sucks for everyone. You know? Like,
But
sorry.
I definitely feel like from that moment on, like when like the car gets towed, it's like, yeah, I think God's just gonna fuck me in the ass for a couple more years, and then maybe I'll have a baby.
Yeah, and then you can fuck that baby in the ass.
Yeah,
as a
ruin
result.
that baby's life.
Is that what you wanted? God.
Yeah, you want me to ruin a child's life?
James, I will
God.
fuck you in the ass for eternity.
I understand.
In return, I want you to fuck your baby in the ass.
God, why? Am I Job?
Because the Mormons were right the entire time.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I should wear special underwear and move to Utah.
Do you know what my favorite band is?
What?
Six Finger Death Punch.
Why?
Because that's a joke about Mormons and the band Five Finger Death Punch.
What's the sixth thing?
You know Mormons have six fingers?
No, I didn't. Why
I think that's like an old wives' tale, but
Oh.
you know how wives
If only
are
I was
always-
more educated.
I gotta pee really quick, to be honest. Is that okay?
I guess. Are we almost done?
We are almost done. Not really.
What
We
are
got
we
like
at?
15 minutes
Oh,
left.
God.
But, I just gotta pee quick. I can't hold it any longer.
But that's life, guys. You know, that's really like the birds and the bees of it, honestly. You know, when you're a young man and you're in college and you have all these dreams and you're, you know, like, I mean, on the Patreon, we like watched like my short film and it's like, yeah, I used to like think I was going to be like a filmmaker. I was going to like do all these projects. And I went to college based on a career. Like, I was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to like write articles or like help Vice with their production and stuff if I work really hard. And like, not just like hard, like the way like retards think that they work hard and they like, I worked really hard. They get like one internship and they do like everything that they're told to do. And I like really went above and beyond in my life. And that's what's so funny is what fucks me in the ass. Cause like your whole life, they'll tell you that you have to go above and beyond and work hard and really make yourself stand out. But honestly, along the way, that's just the people that they know they can fuck harder because they know that you want it more. And so when I was working for radio in New York City and I was like going around, I was like working like events and stuff, I would like show up to like Harlem Day and I would like hand out t-shirts and like in the fucking 90-degree heat in the middle of summer for like a concert and shit and like going above and beyond and really trying to like, oh, let me learn how to do graphic design. Yeah, I'll go drive the car. Sure. No, I'll go pick up your dry cleaning, my boss. And that stuff just, and then you'll go, hey, I've been working for you for 2 years. Let me send an email. It'd be like, hey, I don't really find what like my motivation at this job is at this point. If I've asked 3 times for a raise and a promotion and you guys haven't helped me get anything. And then they'll bring you in and yell at you for 15 minutes for how lucky you are to have an opportunity where you make minimum wage.
It's a cool thing, and
It's really cool how they tell you that like you have to really work hard, and then you work really hard, and you do, and you're like a star employee for a team, and everyone in the company knows who you are. Yet nobody sees any opportunity to help you do any of the things you want to do. And you know,
I've realized
yeah, you go
like
ahead.
the meaning to life is being a hot woman. And when I say hot woman, I mean hot white woman. Because the only people I ever see that are truly happy are these white women on Hinge who just travel around all the time.
Yeah.
James, I matched with someone on Hinge the other day. Beautiful young girl, gamer. We were like hitting it off on Hinge. And then she stopped responding. And I have no idea why. But I just realized this is life. It's just, you're just going to get shit on. You can be racist to white people now, which sucks.
No, but now we have Twitter. Now we can be racist. to
We
all
can be
other kinds of
racist
people.
back, but only online. You can't do it in person, which is not as fun. Things are just not good in the world right now. And I'm not talking about Gaza. I'm just talking about the movies, the art, the music. Everyone hates Tame Impala now, which is pissing me off. They're one of the greatest musical geniuses of our time, and
Because
they're
everybody's
mad.
stupid. Everybody's stupid. COVID just ruined everyone's brains. Everyone's just constantly waiting for something, like an open mouth baby bird waiting for content to drop into their mouth. If
Right.
you know, and then you go see something that has a little heart in it, and people are like shitting at it online. You know, like the Superman movie. I was
Right.
like, like a movie about like hope.
Yeah.
About like, hey, like honestly, dude, I'm not making some stupid exaggeration. Like I watched the Superman movie, and I'm sure you felt similarly. I'm like, oh wow, Superman's just like a guy who just everyone's just shitting on, and they're just
Yeah.
like taking a big shit on him. They hate him because he's just trying his best. And like, it's just so easy to shit on people who are trying their best because it's so much easier to be a hater, to be a loser, to be somebody that does fucking nothing. It's easier to fucking take people's ideas. It's easy to fucking do less work, put a podcast with zero effort in. You can do all this shit and you can just scrape by the seat of your pants and do the minimum amount of work, minimum amount of effort, minimum amount of heart into everything you do. And you got to just sit there and listen to these fucking retards talk to you about how nothing works out. And you know what? I'm getting a little tired of it because most of you suck at comedy, you suck at your art, and you suck at life, you suck in your relationships, you're a shitty son, you're a shitty daughter, you're a shitty mom, you're a shitty dad, and you just suck because you don't put any effort or thought. You just skate through life into opportunities of when you can open up your fucking phone and consume fucking content.
And how
So
about
enough
this,
is
dude?
enough.
Happy Gilmore 2, which we watched, sucked absolute shit. The only part of that movie, it might as well have just been a slideshow of celebrities. There was no story to it that made any sense. It wasn't heartwarming. It wasn't anything. The golf was fucking shit.
It's an awesome movie about a character I really like who murders his own wife.
With a drive and then becomes an alcoholic. Like, okay, that's a classic Happy Gilmore story. Fucking no, it isn't. That movie is higher rated than the Minecraft movie, which is like hilarious and heartfelt, and just every beat of it is like well thought out and funny. It's so funny. And then, but people just see Scotty Scheffler and they're like, oh, it's a good movie because Scotty Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are half-ass acting in it. Guys, what is happening? What is going on? How can you go on Facebook and be like, yeah, the second half of this movie was like not great, but all in all, I really liked it. Go die in a hole. Time to die in a hole. Leave your hair at the door. We'll take it. The hole is deep and full of spikes.
Go in the hole, bald.
Time to die bald in a hole.
Everything you like will die. Red Bar is going to die soon. But you know what? Saturday Night Live going into its 52nd season. Everything sucks. Everyone who's famous is the child of someone else who's famous.
They're also all pedophiles and rapists and sexual deviants. Everyone you love sucks. There's nobody cool anymore. Nobody
except
is
for us.
except us. And guess what? We're leaning towards sexual deviancy.
Looks like it did great for certain comedians.
Seems like it's working out. Maybe we should try it out. That's the only thing that hasn't worked for us so far. Maybe we should grab and shove and pinch.
Yeah, maybe we could become right or left wing grifters who just lie about like the reality of the situation.
Because the fact is, you don't even need an interesting perspective. You just need to piss off someone on the other side. And it's not like if they can tell you're joking, it doesn't matter. You need to be serious about how you think women shouldn't vote and that you think, you know, we need to kick all of the black people out of the country. That needs to be a real thing that you think about. Then people will actually engage with you.
Exactly. What a normal, weird
what a
thing
good
to believe.
thing for our mental health.
Yeah.
Huh?
All of our famous people are either insane weirdos on the internet who only rage bait and have completely detached from reality, unempathetic opinions about things, or you're like a loser hot chick or a hot guy who just takes your ass and tits out. If you're a guy, you have tits too because your tits are huge.
Exactly. And let's pretend everyone is our friend. How about that? And everyone is great. Everyone's so good at it. If you're doing a thing, you're good at it because you're doing it. And that's all that really matters.
And then they'll tow your car on top of that.
That's right.
So that's really life, I guess. I don't know what else you guys expected from us. It's not like we're coming in with great bits this week. Sometimes we have little scripts and little PowerPoints.
And so many things that we put time into.
And we put a lot of effort into it.
So much effort, but it doesn't.
200 views.
It doesn't matter.
And the people in the comments are like, "Take your socks off." Hey, if you comment, "Take my socks off," I'm gonna come to your house and have sex with your dog. don't comment about our feet anymore. I hate you. And you're probably getting off to that. And if you're a gay foot guy who watches this podcast, we don't want you to watch the show anymore. It's not about the gay feet stuff, guys. It's about, I guess, whatever the fuck we've been talking about.
Whatever it is we're trying to do. We're trying to accomplish something, and it's not happening. Does that mean we're going to stop? No.
It's just going to get more and more like this. This
spite.
is the news from bed, bad dude thesis statement.
Yeah.
We're becoming bad now. We tried to be good. We really did. But now we're bad, and that's on you. That's your fault. God and Obama and Trump and a little bit RFK and Tulsi Gabbard, but that's a side thing just for me. And you know what? All the viewers of this podcast, Patty's friends from back home, none of my friends who just go, oh yeah, I forgot you have a podcast. Thanks, guys. What are you listening to? Andrew Huberman tell you that you should drink water?
Tell you gotta breathe? Hey, guess what? I learned how to breathe after a doctor slapped my ass. It's the easiest thing I've ever done. Oh, cool. I gotta put tape on my head to fall asleep? I should be running 20 miles a day? Oh, yeah, I just can't have a job because I'm not allowed to sit down ever. Sure. No, everything makes sense. We should be trying to optimize our lives to live forever because this is all fun and it's going to a good place. And I want to see where it goes. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Can't wait.
I can't wait to be 95, living in a tank, breathing all day, and just trying to save every single second of my life and never talk to my family because that's the point of life, is to try to exist as long as we can and never think about death and what's coming afterward, that it could be some sort of escape from all of this nonsense and people just being absolutely bullshit all the time. No, I'd rather, have myself uploaded into a consciousness in a computer where I can then play My Little Pony and Sims for my entire life.
That's what life's about.
That's what it's about.
I should be on my phone all the time while I'm driving, while my daughter's being born, while I'm at my own wedding. I should be vaping on the altar. That's what life's about, guys. It's all about being indoctrinated into ideas by the phone and then recording your ideas to be uploaded again to reinforce those ideas back onto the phone.
That's right.
It's just a cycle of phone. That's life, dude.
And I'm going to and when I come up with this great opinion, I'm going to post it online and everyone's going to hate me and then it's going to change my opinion. That's like kind of the point.
Yeah.
Like, why? We don't need to think for ourselves.
We don't need to read.
We don't need to do any of that.
We don't
shit.
need to life is just a series of retarded people dressed like children in Marvel t-shirts and Deadpool snapbacks, vaping in line to try a cheeseburger that's themed after this week's movie. That's what life is now, guys. There's no point. There's no getting out of it. Accept it. And we're bad now.
That's right. This is the bad era of news from bad.
You thought we were going to be good? Nope. We're bad dudes.
It's news from bad time.
We were trying to be optimistic and kind. I've operated in this kind of process in this state for a long time. But you know what, guys? I'm over it. Other than, I think, who's safe from our ire? I'd say Michael Good.
Michael Good.
Kiwi. I think that might be it.
Yeah, I mean, well, my friends who listen to this show, obviously they're safe. Malia's safe.
My girlfriend's safe.
Your girlfriend's safe. My parents, because they don't even listen to this show.
Yeah, my mom's not safe. She's being annoying.
I was like, I was sick. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I said, I'm 28 years old. I don't need to tell my mom that I had a sore throat.
No, but we are...
guys, it's over.
This is the start of something beautiful because we are shifting our focus to just pure anger and spite. And it's going to come out like this once in a while. But for the most part, it's going to come out in a very beautiful way.
Yeah, I've realized. I was at a show last night where 100 people showed up to watch a shitty lineup of comedians and then two guys that actually do stand up, which was very cool because they got a cool opportunity to perform for a big crowd. And you know what? I was sitting there and I realized I don't really want to be around anymore.
stand-up's horrible. All of you audiences are completely like warped into believing that you're part of the show.
I can't even get mad at the audience because they've been just fed nonsense for the last 10 years.
And so now I'm mad. And I think you guys are not going to see what's coming. I'm going to ball up and fire my comment you
assault
people
rifles
with
first,
90-mile-per-hour fastballs right at your fucking skulls.
We're going to buy assault rifles. This is what we're going to do. We're going to buy assault rifles. We're going to
go
show
to
up.
Washington, D.C.
We're going to show up at
every comedy show
in Florida, and we're going to point the guns at the comedians until they say something funny. Then we will point them away. Until then, you have 5 minutes to say a funny. If you're not going to say it, then we will unload the entire clip into your stupid, pointless, lifeless corpse. And that is a promise coming from News from Bed. Of course, I say that as a joke. But it's getting to the point where I'm ready. I'm ready to do it.
I'm ready for the Mad Max future. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
If less of you did stand up and focused on doing something useful, there would be more room for really good comedians to try and do things that matter. But no, you got to sit there at a show and watch a guy who literally lives at home and this is like a fail son and should have died in a factory accident or in a trench of a war that never came. And, you just watch this guy kind of talk about how dating's kind of hard. Or maybe he talks about, he's going to say, oh, my mom's Puerto Rican and my dad's black, so I steal while I swim or something weird.
Right.
Like
or let me invent a trauma for my life because I haven't had anything hard, and then just unload it on an audience to gain their false sympathy because I don't have anything funny or interesting to say, but I want them to smile and laugh at me because I can't deal with the reality that I don't have any talent. How about that? How about we, instead of challenging the audience and instead of, maybe not pandering for a second, what if we just let's just make everybody want to die more than I do, so that way they're happy and that I'm
Let's
just
make
saying
audiences
anything.
uncomfortable so they're laughing, and they're laughing when you indicate with your face that that's the punchline, so they laugh because they're so desperate to be entertained, and the show is so devoid of anything funny, and you're just kind of doing clever little wordplay. There's this philosopher, I don't know if we're coming to the end here, but
We are coming to the
there's
end.
this philosopher, his name is Wittgenstein. You ever heard of Wittgenstein?
No, is that Frankenstein's dentist?
No, that's not even really funny or
Ooh.
clever. Now I hate you. That's the end of this. We break up. No, so Wittgenstein, he's considered they call him the last philosopher because he came around in the 1900s and he was like, guys, I'm reading all your philosophy and I've realized that most of what you people have been doing for the past 150 years is something he calls language games, which is where instead of getting to any sort of core truth or reality about things, we're just kind of saying words and just comparing definitions based on our own subjective experiences.
Sure.
And this is a bastardization because I'm an illiterate retard who went to college 7 years ago, but he just kind of said that none of this is philosophy. This is just playing around with language, and we're all saying things that are different but are exactly the same, and we're all just basing our own experiences and putting it into language, and then you have your experience, and then this word has different connotations because I have a background and you have a background, and this word means different things to us, which is not what philosophy is. It's not just comparing the definitions of words and going on a stage or writing a book about the definitions of things. It should be about understanding the world around you better. And I think a lot of what life has become is just language games where everyone's just playing around. Oh, you didn't. Now I have they, them pronouns because I'm a 35-year-old man who got married and now my life is boring. So I'm going to have pink hair and have they, them pronouns.
Sure.
Or I'm a woman who's decided that time I had sex and didn't have fun, that was actually trauma. And it's you know what, guys? This is all just bullshit. This is all just crap that we're
inventing new things because nothing's happening, nothing's changing. So we're just, the world won't change. So I'll just change myself. I'll change the things that I can change. I'll make myself more complicated.
We'll
I'll
just
make
rehash a movie. That's fine.
We'll redo movies. We'll redo music. We'll just make things that have already been made. We'll make jokes that everyone's making.
When someone says something different, we'll throw objects at them.
Yeah, we'll say they're weird and different and not like us because they're not doing. And then we'll just go on the computer and be like, everything sucks. Nothing's exciting to me. Oh, you know what's exciting? Beyonce, who's a multi-billionaire.
Who's a country artist now and won a Grammy for no particular reason because she has nothing to say at all about
She has
rural
400
America.
people making every album, yet you have a personal connection with essentially Taco Bell.
And also
'cause she's a
Taylor
brand.
Swift is my favorite artist because she writes all of her own music. Just ignore that Jack Antonoff, the guy who writes everyone's fucking music, is attributed on every one of her songs. I'm sure the guy who writes every popular song ever has nothing to do with this one, nor all the other songs accredited on this album. I'm sure he was just there to listen and go, sounds good, Taylor.
Great
You
work.
should put that one on vinyl. Yeah, I'm sure it's not the same people who are doing every single thing because there's 5 people left on Earth with any talent. That's probably
life now,
that's
guys.
life.
It's not really anything real. Everything's a simulated experience. Everything has no meaning or actual application into life. This is just what it is, and that's fun for us. I think a complete detachment from anything true or real or any sort of accurate. It's not about trying to do something that engages with an audience or makes you feel alive. It's about looking like you're doing something interesting on Instagram, and that's life. And you know what, Patty? I quit.
Thank you guys very much, and go fuck yourself.